Alright, today we're taking a look at Timeless Monastery Mentor. This is a deck that's playing 4 copies of Monastery Mentor and really just trying to get these onto the battlefield at any cost. For 3 mana, we get a 2/2, which is understated, but it has Prowess, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you make a 1/1 with Prowess. So Monastery Mentor helps us make a wide board that can definitely get in big if we cast a lot of spells and protect our board well. Now, the problem with this deck is that Monastery Mentor gets dealt with pretty quickly. There's a lot of removal in the format. Fatal Push luckily doesn't get it, but there's a lot of things that can either deal 2 damage to it or, destroy target creature, right? So that's kind of a problem for us. And so we need ways to keep this creature safe. There's a couple ways that we can do that. Obviously, we have things like 3 Steps Ahead that can counter the spell, but there's also things like Ephemerate that can blink your Monastery Mentor before it can be interacted with. You can proactively Thoughtseize in this deck, which we only have 2 copies of because we don't really want to go too heavily into that plan since the games typically do go long with this deck. If it does go to the graveyard, we have Unearth in order to get it back and Lively Dirge in order to get it back, although this one is typically best used with double Bowmasters or a combination of it and Snapcaster Mage. We kind of basically glue this deck together with a lot of card draw in the form of Tate and Indulgence, Brainstorm, Mishra's Bauble. 3 Steps Ahead technically is also card draw. And the final cool piece of interaction here is the fact that 3 Steps Ahead not only can counter a spell, not only can draw you cards, but can also create a token that's a copy of a creature you control. So not only will it trigger Monastery Mentor when you cast it, but it can also make a copy of that Monastery Mentor so that your next spells trigger it even more. Should be pretty fun. Hopefully we're making a very board clogging deck here, and will be very, very present on the board. Should be fun. We have Snapcaster Mage to recast all of our good spells, and hopefully we'll be able to keep the Monastery Mentors on the board long enough that we can do a lot of great things. So I think we'll keep this deck short and sweet and get in there with Timeless Monastery Mentor. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. As always, make sure to like and comment. It helps with the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll see you in round 1. Alright, round 1, here we go. We get a Snapcaster Mage, Unearth, and Lively Dirge. Lively Dirge needs 5 mana to make it work, and I think unfortunately that means we're not keeping this hand. This one's got a Monastery Mentor and a Bowmasters to boot, so I think we definitely keep it. We'll keep 6, get rid of a Bauble, and we will put this in tapped. I'm debating casting the Bauble now, but I don't think we need the draw just yet. Dark Writ early. What are we playing? This is Necropotence. This Bowmasters is unlikely to do a lot of card draw for against my opponent, unfortunately. We'll just need to try to get opponent very close to death as soon as possible. This Brainstorm is going to be pretty good for finding more non-creature spells, hopefully. I think if we don't draw land here on turn 2, we have to play the Mishra's Bauble and get a redraw. Opponent needs to discard, I believe, 2 cards here, down to 7. And maybe we'll be able to see what the game plan is. Necropotence decks are typically combo. You don't see a lot of control often. We're red-black, definitely also combo colors. We will kind of note that here. So we don't see the card that we wanted to here, so it will be Mishra's Bauble to start. Yeah, I'd be surprised if they did anything about that. We will send this to the top. And we will draw at the beginning of our opponent's upkeep. I will decide on Bowmasters versus Brainstorm here, depending on what I draw. Alright, we get the land here, so we're probably happy to commit to the board and pressure their life total a little bit. Opponent goes to second main here. This is pretty disciplined of them. We're just sitting here waiting for any sort of draw type effect, although with Necropotence I totally doubt that that will happen. They go again, sure. And we actually just clicked through by accident without casting a Bowmasters. Let's go. Let's play Monastery Mentor, see if it survives the turn. If not, we have Unearth to get it back. Seeming like they probably have removal here. It's all good. Alright, that will be the lightning bolt there. They pass through, interestingly enough. I'm kind of surprised to see it happen. Alright. And we get to move to our turn here. I could just deploy Bowmasters, wait on the Unearth, but I think I'm probably down to just crack Unearth, hold up Brainstorm. Demonic Tutor's nice. 2 for Bowmasters, 1 for Unearth, 1 for Brainstorm. Seems good. We will start with the Unearth, I suppose. Let's get that Monastery Mentor back. Alright, we're allowed to have it. We'll pass. And let's see if they do anything about it. They do not. No draw step. Let's see what they do here. This Necropotence is going to get close to killing them, which I definitely hope happens. We have the potential to hit a Brainstorm into Ephemerate if they try to do anything about my board state. Alright, sure. It is not looking like it was what they wanted. Trigger, trigger. And we need to look for some non-creature spells here. Ephemerate is good. 3 steps ahead is also pretty good. We'll draw the 3 steps ahead. We can play the Bowmasters, and we can also be down to draw Demonic Tutor. I think we'll wait and draw the Demonic Tutor first. So actually this 3 steps ahead doesn't really matter. We'll do this. I think I'm happy like that, drawing the Demonic Tutor. We'll Ephemerate now. We can actually Bowmasters now and then Ephemerate the Bowmasters, which is a very smart move. So we'll do that. Target them. We have a very big board here. And then I can actually just Ephemerate Bowmasters and it's more or less the same. Cool, I think we should have things here. I will start by playing a Flooded Strand. I will start by Demonic Tutoring. Trigger, trigger. And then we can find anything that we need here. We can find another Ephemerate, another Swords to Plowshares. Thoughtseize, Unearth, Bauble even is pretty good, but I think the Thoughtseize seems nice. We can make sure that they're not up to anything special. Thoughtseize you. Big triggers. And does opponent have anything here? It is Underworld Breach, Surgical is a thing, Tendrils of Agony, Surgical again, and that is an unfortunate hand. We'll take the Underworld Breach. Yep. And we go Ephemerate on Bowmasters here, get in for the last little bit of damage, and we'll attack in for the win here. They could Surgical if they want, but that is going to be death for them. Alright, took us till round 1 here only, and we already have the first win with Monastery Mentor. Let's get it. We'll hop into round 2 right after this. Here we go. Alright, this is round 2. Here we go. Opening hand is just Bauble, Tainted Indulgence as our starter pieces. It's not the worst, though. I'll keep 7. Opponent does mulligan though, so maybe we'll feel bad for not going for a better hand than this, but having 3 steps ahead means that I'm pretty confident that I can deal with any sort of aggressive threats. I think what I will do though is start off with the Bauble, taking a look at their top. Blue-black of their own, and we will find our 3rd land and a blue one at that, which is great. Mana Confluence. Could be 5 color, and it's likely Reanimator, judging by Faithless Looting off of a Mana Confluence. Torrential Gear Hulk with emergency powers. Okay, well, we know exactly what's coming back here. And we would definitely like to exile or exile creatures, exile a graveyard, or counter a spell here. So 3 steps ahead is our primary game plan. We have Tainted Indulgence, which can drop off a 3rd land, possibly. And then as soon as we play 3 steps ahead, we got to work towards playing the next. We need to get ready for the next spell by playing Snapcaster Mage, which will require 5 mana. You can discard some cards, sure. Draw 3 cards. We will Tainted Indulgence, drawing 2. Probably discarding a land, it looks like. Ephemerate's kind of bad in this situation, but it is good when it comes to working with Snapcaster Mages. I think we'll get rid of the Godless Shrine. We already have white mana. Looks like go. Unearth is not terrible, but we don't have anything to unearth here. We have to shock for 3 steps ahead, and then we will drop a Snapcaster Mage otherwise. Faithless Looting, sure. I almost want to save for Tainted Indulgence, but we don't have lands, so this is tough. They're definitely a deck that plays towards having one big reanimation turn, so 3 steps ahead is a really good one to be sitting on right now. Alright, Snapcaster Mage, we'll be able to play any Tainted Indulgence if we had mana for it. I'm feeling lucky. I think Brainstorm will find me a land. Shoot. Alright, the shields may be down. I can Thoughtseize their reanimation spell if they have one in hand though, and I think that this is going to need to be how it happens. Unearth number 2 is just okay. We'll get rid of Unearth number 2, I think. It's not the strongest. We go Thoughtseize on them, hopefully finding a reanimation spell. We see Reanimate here. And yeah, that is the one that we needed to get rid of. Back for More is another one that is going to be coming down soon. Good to know about, but we do have a window here in order to attack. Alright, so we're going to be Brainstorm locked a little bit here. That part doesn't feel great. Alright, discarding a bunch of cards here. They did seem to keep something they liked. I have to attack in here and then cycle Unearth. Faithless Looting, fine. They could hit Reanimate here, so I have to hold up 3 steps ahead. Not hitting lands here is really bad though. Alright, looks like that's Reanimate here. We'll counter. Alright, 1 Reanimate dealt with, a second one Thoughtseized away. This is fine. Attack. Opponent's at 9. Well, we are playing the permissive deck, but how long can we do it? I think the answer is not very much longer. I hope that there's not another Reanimate here. Oh, it looks like there might be. It's going to be Mizzix's Mastery here. This will be return any number of permanent cards. Well, that probably would have been a better one to be able to counter, but honestly they had a line to getting back Eerie Ultimatum anyways. Alright, we let this happen. It's gonna be bad. Alright. It is definitely not going to be good, that's for sure. Breach the Multiverse. We're bringing more stuff back. Yeah, this is tough. The Gear Hulk destroys my Snapcaster Mage. I can at least Ephemerate. That will dodge the Gear Hulk. And I think we want Tainted Indulgence getting flashback here. Resolves. Alright, Tainted Indulgence is fine. It's just exiled with flashback. I think. Oh, now that they played Emergency Powers, we just play Bowmasters and win. Alright, well, we are absolutely stealing this unless they have a way to deal with the Bowmasters. Everyone draws 7. We get 7 hits, and yeah, that's going to be all she wrote. Somehow, Our hand has been able to beat the mother of all combos. Call that luck, call that what you will, but we are heading into round 3 with another win. Here we go. Alright, it's round 3. We have our Monastery Mentor here, we have an Ephemerate. These are all great things that I like to see. Opponent decides that they will mulligan. I think I'm going to keep my land count high here and put in a tapped land. No land just yet. Let's take a Flooded Strand fetch. And I think that we probably go for the tapped land here. This is one deck where I would be kind of happier in this situation to be playing a Surveil land, but you kind of want to limit the amount of tapped lands that you have when a lot of your spells are so cheap. It's Thoughtseize. Let's see if they know to take the Monastery Mentor. We do have Unearth though, so Unearth actually gets it out cheaper. Yeah, actually, if they take the Monastery Mentor, I just get it for free. Okay, so even though I didn't draw the land, now I actually have Unearth on Monastery Mentor. Thank you, friend. And then we have Ephemerate to keep it alive. Looks like they might try to target it here. And they'll let me end my turn. And they go to theirs. Alright, let's see what they play. Alright, looks like they'll pass through. I'm going to move to my turn holding up Ephemerate, I think. I don't want to go shields down right now. Mishra's Bobble's an easy one, though. Alright, and then we'll get in here. Allegedly. Let's see if they put up any sort of removal. They do not, it seems. They will go to 13. We will decide to draw. See if they decide to flash in a Bowmaster. It will be Fatal Push coming down next end turn. We gotta be wary of that. And we just really want to draw some lands, because if we can get a little bit more land heavy here, we're going to be in a really good situation. We pass. They go to their turn, we get to draw. We have Brainstorm here, so Brainstorm plus Ephemerate's good. We can also deploy a Snapcaster Mage, which is nice. They go for Thoughtseize, sure. Do they decide to draw here? We are holding up Bowmaster's mana. And they're starting to look like they want to target Monastery Mentor with something. I think it's going to be that Fatal Push they drew earlier. The question is, do we think that they have another thing for Monastery Mentor? I think that we let this happen, see if they take Ephemerate. Like, Ephemerate is good. Yeah, even if they take Ephemerate, we just kill Valky. It's also, they're just taking a Snapcaster Mage as well. I forgot that Valky only takes creatures. That's fine. Not a problem. And is the move to Brainstorm here? I think it is. Prowess. And we do find some land, so that's good. I'm going to put the Rafine's Tower back, and then some other card. We'll just end up drawing the Brainstorm. Alright. And potentially the one that produced blue would have been better, because then that turns on 3 steps ahead. Move to my turn here, except for the fact that I think if I do this, I have a chance of winning. So we'll need to counter this or kill Monastery Mentor. Drowning the Lock on that is fine. We still have 3 prowessy guys, which I think we can turn into a win. I'll just need to cast 3 spells, basically. Opponent's going to need to accept some of these triggers. Actually, we'll need a little bit more than we have on board here, I think. Alright, they go to 14. We move to our turn. We will draw here, starting with Brainstorm. Trigger, trigger, trigger. We hit for 6. And then, because of Mishra's Bauble, we will hit for lethal here. So we will go ahead and put 2 cards back, Rafine's Tower and Snapcaster Mage. It's a little awkward, though, because we wouldn't have been able to kill this turn now that our non-creature is targeted. I would have gone Mishra's Bauble, played a land, so I would have been able to ephemerate. So I would have had a 3/3 after the Mishra's Bauble. Yeah, actually I would not have been able to kill this turn, but it looks like opponent thought that we were in a winning position here. So we'll take that one, and we'll go into round 4 with our first win. Here we go. Alright, round 4. Here we go. Hoping to continue the spree here. Again, we don't have a Monastery Mentor, and that is typically what I attribute to the bad hands with this deck. Unearth is possibly good. We do have Tainted Indulgence if we do find a Monastery Mentor early. But I think because we only have those 2 cards for potential card draw, I'm going to mulligan. Opponent has Cup 7, though. Kind of a similar hand going on here. I will keep this 6, though, because Unearth on the Bowmasters is something that can work. And because we have the Brainstorm, I think I decide to go like this. And keep double Unearth in case we have to just play off of this Bowmasters. It's pretty awkward, but it is what we're going to have to do here. We'll just go Watery Grave here, start playing out these lands, and with the Flooded Strand, eventually we will start to thin the deck. I think I'm going to hold up Bowmasters on this next turn. Try to catch them out on a Brainstorm, since they do seem to be playing blue. We have 3 steps ahead now. Let's shock. I'm perfectly happy to hold Bowmasters into Bowmasters. Looks like they will let me go, and typically you're just not supposed to do any Bowmasters things in the mirror match, so I am fine to just sit there and stare at each other. Lively Dirge now is online. This can find our Monastery Mentor. I think I'm going to just chill in the holding pattern. We'll find our white with the Rafine's Tower and pass. Opponent decides to also fetch. Let's see if they want to make the first move or if we'll just continue staring at each other. Seems like it will be a stare fest. It's going to be Oracle of the Alpha here. Interesting. I suppose that's fine. We'll let it happen. I'm a little worried about this Bowmasters, but I think once we have it on the battlefield, it's something that they may try to deal with and will ultimately get hurt by disposing their resources on it. Or spending their resources, rather. We find another Bowmasters, which is cool, especially if they decide to draw. We can go Brainstorm, try to find a land for Lively Dirge. I think I'm interested in Lively Dirging. Let's try the Brainstorm first. We do find a land. Perfect. It was only 1, so kind of lucky to have found it. And then we don't need Unearth this turn, so we'll draw that later. We'll draw the Snapcaster Mage next. This is a fine situation to be in. Then we go for 3 mana to search for a Monastery Mentor into the graveyard, which will Unearth next turn. We pass. Well, opponent is on Esper, and their payoff is probably this Oracle of the Alpha. I'm sure they have a bunch of card draw, so they'll need to deal with the Bowmasters. I'm hoping that gives us enough time to work with here. They scry. Totally fine. Our second Bowmasters does insulate us against a wheel, if they do end up having that. We draw one of these lands. Oh, I forgot that we shuffled away the other Unearth. That's a little awkward. We do get to Unearth with 3 steps ahead for backup. Let's see if this is allowed to happen. This is probably something that we're happy to fight over if they do decide to counterspell. Alright, we're allowed to have it. Cool. So now we get to hold up a counter spell. And we get to see what they have for us now. If they eat my Bowmasters with a flash creature, I think that's probably okay. Let's probably 3 steps ahead this, maybe. Exiling it seems kind of bad, so we will counter the spell. Trigger, trigger. Let's see how long this Mentor can work with us. If we had more mana, it would be nice to create another copy of it, but unfortunately not going to happen. Let's see if they crack off second Swords to Plowshares. Oh, it'll be Counterspell instead. Okay. So we lose our stuff, but we still have a Bowmasters, and we are looking into potentially a bunch of card draw. Void Rend. Okay, so this is like blue-black control. Hopefully they don't find what they need with this Oracle of the Alpha, and we can Swords to Plowshares it right now. As we get in with this Monk and our other little token. So Mishra's Bauble, get a Prowess trigger in, get in here. And I will hold my Bowmasters, I think. We'll try to bait out a Bowmasters from them with this Mishra's Bauble draw. We see that they're going to draw a white mana source. And this Snapcaster Mage draw is pretty good. We have 3 steps ahead here. We could just commit to the board, I suppose. Yeah, I think I definitely want to commit the Orcish Bowmasters to the board. Nice. And then we have the mana to play the Snapcaster Mage. We may as well use it instead of getting it discarded. Now we have a 2-1 on the board. That's always nice. And then opponent will still take 2. Nothing that we want to give flashback currently. We cannot cast any of them. We see Teferi Time Reveler comes down. Probably going to be a plus? No, okay, they're going to just try to kill that. We killed the Teferi in response with Orcish Bowmasters, and that was a pretty net negative for them, I'd say. Prior to combat, we start with Brainstorm, get some triggers on the Monk, putting 2 cards back into the library. Tainted Indulgence will basically just clear what is on top, and I suppose we will do that. And then we'll discard the one that produces less colors of mana, put this in tapped, and get in. Opponents at 3. Drawing cards kills them. And we kill them in 1 turn unless they put forth a blocker or wipe the board. We're totally hellbent at this point, so if they can do it, they can do it. This will be a Void Rend, and potentially it's going to need to be Swords to Plowshares on the Snapcaster Mage. Do they have it? That is the question. Void Rend, a little bit too expensive of a removal spell for what we've put forward this game. I'm thinking there's a chance that we have this in a turn or 2. Opponent's weighing some options. They can gain life here. That does help them out. It's going to be March of Otherworldly Light, taking out some cards. Totally fine. And any non-creature spell kills here. This is maybe the one thing that doesn't kill. We hold it in hand in case they want to try to Thoughtseize, though a Thoughtseize kills them as well, so not really any reason to hold Watery Grave in hand. It does potentially scare them. We're now in a position where I think we should be able to win. We can unearth the Bowmasters, and now it's looking like we have a victory here. We'll move to combat. They go to gain control of this, that's fine. We will not attack, and we will then attempt to unearth a Orcish Bowmasters. Does this resolve? Alright, looks like it will have made it through, and we will take game 4 as well. Pretty good showing so far in the second half of these games. Hope you guys have been enjoying, because I think as they've gone on, I'm starting to like this deck a little bit more and more. Let me know your comments down below, or let me know your feelings in the comments down below, and we'll hop into the fifth and final round. All right, here we go. Fifth and final round. Let's try to make it a good one. We have the dreaded one-lander with a lot of things that cost 3. I could be crazy and go for the Mishra's Bauble, but pretty much this is a 3-card hand. I think we can afford to go down a few more cards, and this is definitely pretty solid. I think while having 2 Bowmasters is really nice, Tainted Indulgence will be a little better. It gives us some flexibility, and I don't think I want to go down to two lands. I could potentially play like this, though, which feels actually not bad. All we need to do is draw one land, and then use Tainted Indulgence to trigger Monastary Mentor and find some of our other spells. I think I like this. We have an early game where we just play some Bowmasters. Opponent might remove them if that's a thing that they're afraid of. And yeah, that'd be pretty good. We're going to Polluted Delta here just because I want to get the tapped land out of the way. I would like to keep my land count high because I am in the business of drawing additional lands in this game, but in the interest of getting Tainted Indulgence out, which helps with that game plan, and holding this Bowmasters up, I am going to go like this. Thought Erasure is a card that I haven't seen in a really long time. That was really popular back in the Dimir and Esper Control days of Standard. Opponent's going to take 3 steps ahead, which makes me think that they are into some counter magic of their own. And they've surveilled away an Elspeth Conqueror's Death. Okay. Well, we pay 2 life here, decide to hold up an Orcish Bowmasters here. Opponent will definitely be trying to draw cards in this deck, and we will want to punish. I think that it is important to get counterspells out of the hand, so we will put forth the Bowmasters. Oh, and it actually is allowed to go through. I am kind of surprised. No Bowmasters of their own there. We will go in and attack. And I think I'm thinking about Brainstorming or Tainted Indulgence right now. I think I will hold, and we'll try to get our 3rd land drop next turn. We draw with Tainted Indulgence this time. Oh. Well, that's no fun. I don't really want to win a round 5 like that, so we'll go ahead and quickly queue for another one. I guess the opponent didn't really find what they needed. We'll queue right back up with Timeless Monastary Mentor here, and hopefully find one more quality game to showcase. Yeah, like I said in the last round, hope you guys are enjoying this deck. It's always a lot of fun to try different archetypes and see how different ports of long-standing archetypes like this one translate from other formats into our Historic and Timeless here on Arena. We've got our re-record for round 5 coming in right here, and it's a pretty good hand. I see a Monastery Mentor. I think this Bauble will be used to try to find that 3rd land. And yeah, seems good. So now this one's a little different than how I would play the last hand. We don't really have any 2-drops that we're interested in playing. So I think I hold the Flooded Strand for now. And after drawing this Brainstorm, that's even more the case because we can play a tapped Flooded Strand land and then Watery Grave out a Brainstorm. We pass here, holding up the Mishra's Bauble because I want to trigger Monastery Mentor as soon as it gets played. We find a Bowmasters, which is also pretty nice. That is an opportunity that I can play. We'll go Brainstorm, potentially Shock for Bowmasters. A Lightning Bolt, totally fine. Looks like this is Mardu Control or something weird like that. Hard to say. Anyway, let's Brainstorm now. Is there things that I want to get rid of? Well, 3 steps ahead is not super great right now. Snapcaster Mage is okay. I'm almost considering maybe just playing a Bowmasters now. They'll have removal. No, I need to go look for another land because I'm already behind on one. Alright, we find one. The cards that we want into the library are probably going to be 3 steps ahead. And probably Thoughtseize. Well, I am kind of interested in Thoughtseize as well. Maybe Ephemerate? No, but we want Ephemerate to protect Monastery Mentor. It might just be another Orcish Bowmasters. They're not in colors that draw, so Orcish Bowmasters is a little less good. I will do it like this. And then let's search for the other Rafine's Tower. Took a while there to open up my deck. Here we go. And now I'm ready to move to my turn. Alright, we actually just rip another Thoughtseize. We'll go Rafine's Tower tapped. And then it's hold Bowmasters here. I could double Thoughtseize if I thought that that was going to be a good thing. I think I pass. Lightning Helix. So this is just deal a bunch of straight up damage to my face. Alright. I am wondering what the actual permanents they might play are. We'll drop the Bowmasters. Faithless Looting does exist to deal damage. We will ping them for 1. It looks like they have immediate removal for Bowmasters. Fine if it's used there instead of my face. Lightning Helix is definitely best there, opposed to the Monastery Mentor. And I'm really looking to find another land here because I want Monastery Mentor into Ephemerate. I don't think I feel comfortable playing Monastery Mentor without Ephemerate. We have second Bauble now for Mentor. I think I Thoughtseize now. This is when it makes sense. We do want to take the 1 ring. And we probably also want to take away the Chandra, although we can wait on that. We'll attack. Say go. Actually, that Chandra is very bad for us. We have to avoid them getting more of those. Once they get their 4th or 5th land in, I'll consider getting rid of that. It's going to be Kaya. Kaya is a bit of a problem here. We're going to try to be sneaky here and flash in a Snapcaster Mage to kill her.
I'll phase through anything that stands in my way.
The minus would go hard here. Okay, they're going to plus here. And Kaya will now be at 1. Go Snapcaster Mage. That can have flashback. That's fine. We go to our turn, and we will attack.
You must feel pretty smart right now.
Yeah, their Lightning Helix kills Monastery Mentor, so this is not really a good attack. I could attempt to Monastery Mentor, Mishra's Bauble, and just go wide that way. It doesn't feel right. I think I need to play Tainted Indulgence. So then what about Thoughtseize? Does Thoughtseize take Chandra right now? March of Otherworldly Light and Lightning Bolt are whatever. It's pretty likely that they're going to have multiple things to take out Monastery Mentor though. So it's possible that the move is to Monastery Mentor, Mishra's Bauble. I can then blink Snapcaster Mage with Ephemerate. And then I have 1 mana, 2 mana with Thoughtseize, potentially more if I Tainted Indulgence into a land. Alright, maybe I go a little aggro here. Alright, so we go a little bit wide here. And we will activate one of these now, targeting them. See if their land is on top. They do find a land. That sucks. We get to draw. We find a land. Good for us. Then on their end step, I'll activate Bauble again. I think we definitely lose Monastery Mentor here. That makes sense. Let's look at the top of theirs. We'll know their next draw. It'll be a Swords to Plowshares, also not great. Luckily... yeah, actually, it's neither here nor there. They're going to exile one of these guys, sure. And now we do get to have some beats go down. Alright, here's a land, here's a Flooded Strand. We can thin our deck. I think I'm interested in playing Tainted Indulgence, Thoughtseize. We have things in the graveyard like another Thoughtseize. But I think we just need to... Like, Ephemerate is not needing to be played right now, is what I'm saying. Unless I need to avoid March of Otherworldly Light, in which case I do probably do something with this Flooded Strand. We attack in, for sure. That's already happening. I guess I could have Thoughtseized pre-combat. Looks like they want a March of Otherworldly Light here. Take out a Prowess creature. They will shock in. Alright. So there's March. We can probably hold on Thoughtseize, honestly. Wait, they just cost us for X equals 0. Oh yeah, because it has no CMC. I'm dumb. Alright, so here we go. Chandra is not coming yet. Oh, Ashiok is bad. Ashiok's pretty bad. Okay, so this is just kind of Planeswalker control. I think we then don't bother with Tainted Indulgence yet. Glad I didn't crack off the Thoughtseize.
And horror.
Alright, fine. Yeah, it could be worse. I don't think that those are terrible losses. Let's move to our turn. I will probably just get a tapped land. Oh yeah, we can't even do that because of Ashiok. We will Tainted Indulgence then. It's not the end of the world. We definitely get rid of the Polluted Delta. And we move to our turn. We'll put Ashiok to 1. The next time they play a land, we'll probably end up Thoughtseizing the following turn to kill off the possibility of Chandra. Now we just have some Snapcaster Mages to work with. Next turn we'll be able to start Ephemerate. Oh, actually no, we can Ephemerate now. So that's good. We'll do that on end step, get a Tainted Indulgence out, and then I probably just start Thoughtseizing.
My victory was
okay, Ephemerate. Target Snapcaster Mage. Alright, we'll give Tainted Indulgence flashback. Cast this. And we probably just get rid of another land here. We're good on white mana. I think we'll take the untapper. That doesn't hurt us. Alright, we have to mill a little bit. Lose the Bowmasters, that's unfortunate. Now there's no Ashiok here. And we'll take away their Chandra and hopefully beat them to death. My turn. Rebound. I think we probably decline this. We definitely decline this. It's either we get some damage or do nothing. So we do this. We Thoughtseize away the Chandra. Make that go away. And now we are in the position of an aggro deck that needs to close the door right now, and they're in a position where they need to draw either an answer that costs 5 or less, or a land, and then their big answer that definitely swings the game. So multi-step fix for them. I think we are hoping to circumvent this by killing them. Things seem kind of neutral right now. I have the opportunity to go Bowmasters into Brainstorm, and then the following turn Snapcaster Mage or Ephemerate a Snapcaster Mage to re-Brainstorm. Okay. We will take our Brainstorm. Demonic Tutor is good. Unearth is good. Unearth is maybe not good. We're not fetching. We'll put Ephemerate on top. I'll draw Ephemerate. We'll play Bowmasters. I think there's a Thoughtseize in the graveyard, right? Yeah. Okay, we can Thoughtseize their current card, see if it's a land. That would put us to 6. It'll be the Wandering Emperor. Okay. So I think they're probably going to take Snapcaster Mage then, or make a Samurai. Fine. Oh, okay, that's okay. I'll move to my turn. We draw an Ephemerate. Next will be an Unearth. think we go like this, attacking Wandering Emperor. Bowmaster is probably not going anywhere then. Yeah, we'll do it like that. Then I can think about the Snapcaster Mage. I don't think I want to ephemerate it right now. So that's good. Fine. And then if I get lucky here, I think I go Demonic Tutor. We don't need the Unearth right now. We get a Monastery Mentor. We play a Monastery Mentor. And then we go ham with some non-creature spells soon. We'll ephemerate the Bowmasters, and they drew a land, so that's great. We have Snapcaster, Demonic Tutor get a counterspell, but then that doesn't protect if they draw something good this turn. We can Brainstorm first, Snapcaster, Fetch, and then Demonic Tutor. I think I want to Brainstorm into Snapback, Demonic Tutor. What'll happen is either I Brainstorm into what I want, or I find what I want, which is going to be a counterspell. Shields will be down for one turn, and then we hold up Ephemerate and a counterspell, and I don't think we really lose. So we go Brainstorm. Start to use this prowess with Monastery Mentor. We did not find what we want. I think the two cards that we don't need are second Snapcaster and Watery Grave. Doesn't matter to the order, because we're going Snapcaster Mage into recast Demonic Tutor, cast Demonic Tutor, trigger, trigger. And then what did I say we were going to find? I said we were going to find a 3 Steps Ahead, our last copy of this. And we hold Polluted Delta here for, I guess, Ephemerate. Swing in. Alright, opponent has to draw something really, really good now if they would like to swing the game. I think it has to be exactly a Chandra. Let's see if the heart of the cards is with them today. It'll be a Lightning Bolt on the Monastery Mentor, so we are going to shock here and Ephemerate. Bang, bang, and I think this should be the game. Alright, opponent agrees that that's going to be it, and we will take round 5. So we had some tough early rounds here, but I think we really pulled through towards the end of these rounds. Overall, really, really fun deck. Got some good control matchups, definitely had some trouble with the aggro matchups. But, you know, I think that this is definitely a deck that does come from a... It comes from Modern, I believe, and there was also some Legacy playability with this deck. But also, the Monastery Mentor strategy comes from a time where things were not so fire design, and generally games were a little bit slower. So to hang in Historic, I think, is probably about the best you can expect to do with this deck. But there is some likelihood that you can Monastery Mentor to a pretty high degree in Historic, like you saw today. That being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. This was a lot of fun to record, and definitely happy to have you along for the viewership. Make sure to like and comment on the video to help with the YouTube algorithm, because that's very important for this growing channel. And if you're new to the channel and like what you see, subscribe for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now that's all for me, and I will see you in the next video.